Well, Clasico is lost, but hope is not. Hope is not. I'm just gonna start by telling you, PSG just won the treble, but the start of their season was shaky, and people don't even know them. People don't even remember how shaky the beginning of PSG's season was. And I'm not talking about the first few weeks. I'm talking about the first few 3 to 4 to 5 months, and then they won the treble. The treble is up in the air. There is no team. No, not even a treble. Sorry. The Champions League is up in the air still. There's no team right now that's looking like a clear favorite, to me at least. And Kane, Haaland, and Mbappe, all their goal streaks just ended in the same week. So Messi's record of 21 league games in a row is still locked in. And Lewandowski's record of just games in general, because he has the record for just games in general, like league, Champions League, everything, like consistent. I think he had 19 games. That's crazy. It wasn't with Barca though; it was with Bayern. But he's still locked in for that. And I think a lot of Barcelona fans were expecting a loss. Yeah, injuries and form and Mbappe form versus the high line. Like last year, we caught him offside so many times, or we would have lost. You know that's our game plan, right? To catch them offside, to make it difficult. But a player like Mbappe will adapt. You know, and I think we really would have benefited from having Araujo's recovery pace from the beginning. If you watch, I think it came on near the 70th. If you watch then onwards, there was a few times where he made the block, whether it was a shot or a cross. He blocked. It was off. It was offside, but he didn't know that. He's playing like it's not, right? Carvajal bent it through for Mbappe. Araujo blocked that, and that low bending ball has been our weakness the last 2 years. So I think with Koundé's current form, Eric Garcia should have started at right back for sure. And I think that's what's going to happen going into the next few weeks, even though the international break's like at the end of next week or something. Eric Garcia should be starting right back. He's proven himself this year to be a good player. I think he deserves to be starting, and he's more dynamic also going forward than Jules Koundé, who I think just needs a rest. He hasn't rested for club or country for like 2.5 years. I think he just needs a rest. I don't think he's disinterested or anything that people are saying on the internet. I think genuinely the guy just needs a rest. When he took that touch near the end, I think it was 88th minute, the ball, beautiful ball from Lamine, with his chest, that just shows me a very tired man. As a football player myself, you just know that guy is exhausted, right? Not like for death. We lost one game. Look at the second. I know Madrid had the lead in the second half. That's why they were happy to give us the ball. But in that second half, we still created many chances. We just don't. We don't have a striker on the field. And I think not only did we not have a striker on the field, but I think we were just wasn't indecisive. It was just it was bad decision making. You know how before obviously Dembele won the Ballon d'Or, but like when Dembele was at Barcelona, we used to say he's so good until he gets to the final third. That's what I was seeing yesterday. I feel like we were forcing too much slick things, taking too long on the ball in certain instances, rushing it in other instances. It wasn't good decision making once we would 25 yards out and onwards. It just was bad decision making. But that's okay, like it's one game. I still think Barcelona is going to win the league. We're going to catch them. You know what happened last year. We came back from 10 points. I still like our chances in the Champions League. Um, I do think the striker situation is just so worrying, man. Ferran Torres is not a striker. He's not a starting caliber player. He is not. Maybe we try Rafinha, Rashford, and Yamal when Rafinha comes back. Lewandowski is clearly not up to par, even though he's injured now. When he's not injured, he doesn't have the leg to press, which messes up our whole dynamic. We want to play high pressure. He cannot press, right? So unless he's playing in the stick and Pedri's pressing for him, it's chopped. Some positives though from that game. Honestly, every game for me just looks like he's getting better. He looks like his athleticism is improving. He's becoming faster on the ball every game. And I think he's a very good number 10 to pair with Lamine because he does not as much defensive work as Gavi. That's what here will do, but he hustles like a dog, similar to Gavi, and he's always there to play off of Lamine, to play to pick it up. Like Lamine gets the ball every time. It feels like he's in the perfect spot to receive that around the corner pass. It's amazing. He's a great finisher. He works like a dog, like I just said. Also, Rashford seems to be continuously playing positive intent, which I've been talking about since he came, which I knew that was something we needed coming from that left-hand side. Rashford and Balde, the combinations are improving every week. I made a video on this already. I think Rashford and Balde by the end of the season is going to be a top duo. They complement each other very, very well. Rashford's going to make Balde's life so much easier. It's going to raise Balde's ceiling. Rashford hasn't played with a player like Balde since, I don't know, maybe ever, honestly. I don't even know. So I think both their ceilings are going to be raised due to the fact of they complement each other. They're going to be a great duo. Yamal, I'm not interested in his personal life. I'm not here to talk about that. But it looks like he may still be injured, and it's because he was really he couldn't display any explosiveness, and he's not the fastest player. He's not Dembele. He's not Mbappe. But usually, because of the when he decides to run, he knows he's a smart guy. He knows when to run, when to pass, when to do this. But it didn't look like running was an option. That's my point. So I think he still has to be injured. He wasn't trying to take his man on actively. Obviously, you know what, the 2v1s, you don't have to go at them every time, I get it. And he was still playing good. He wasn't running, but he was still playmaking. He was moving like 38-year-old Messi, right? The thing is that he had no intent to take his man on, and he did not demand the ball at all, like usual. He usually demands the ball. Another thing I noticed too is there was a lot of times where the ball would come to Pedri or Koundé on the right side, or De Jong, or whoever was on the right center mid side. Pedri, De Jong, Firmino, Koundé, even the right center back sometimes had the ball. They would look towards Yamal and not pass it. So it's like there's an understanding between everybody. Maybe he's still not 100% fit, right? Which is not, you shouldn't be playing at that point. So I hope everything's okay. Maybe he needs to keep resting. We're playing against Club Brugge or something in the Champions League next week. I'm sure he can rest that. And I can't remember what Elche maybe is our next league game. I think he can, just let him cool off. Maybe come in this 10. We need the kid back. He is too damn good. I think I made some other notes. What else did I write here? Ferran Torres I talked about. And back to the striker thing, like obviously there were so many ifs and buts for both teams, absolutely. But like what I was saying about the final third, if Lewandowski was even on for 10 minutes, it's different headlines in the newspaper this morning. Because he would have put the ball in the net. Firmine had a few chances where it's like, whoa, really? He missed that? Got them both right at Courtois. Ferran didn't put enough power in that low passing shot. There was a few other chances. I can't remember who the culprits were, but it wasn't as bad as people are making it to seem, in my opinion. I just want everybody to remember, like, the situation that our club is in. Lewandowski is not playing. Rafinha is not playing. Koundé is in the worst form of his life. João Garcia is not playing. Gavi's not here. Bernal's not here. We are playing such tiring system with limited legs. The players that have been playing the most tiring system a team can play. So cut them some slack, let them get some rest, let the troops come back. Gavi, Marc Bernal, João Garcia, Lewandowski, Rafinha. I could probably go on forever. I just can't think of whoever else is injured right now. And relax. Hansi is a top tier coach. He's won the 6-tuple. He's a proven coach. I'm sure when you lose a game like that to Real Madrid, now that is cause to go back to the drawing board, because you don't want that to happen again. So, hey, at the end of the day, I still think we're good, man. We got some positives out of that game. We already knew the season Mbappe was having. We trust Hansi, right? So let's trust him. Visca Barca. Enjoy the rest of your day.